Hi, welcome to a Wellness and Nutrition and Sustainable Living with me, Payal Sen. And today we have a really exciting guest lined up for you, a fashion designer, beautiful lady who's doing a lot in the fashion scene. Her name is Pallavi Mohan and her brand is Not So Serious. Pallavi, tell us a little bit more about your brand, Not So Serious, and then we take it forward from there.
So Not So Serious is about, and I started the brand. I run an export house as well. So the reason why I started Not So Serious was because, I wanted creativity freedom. I didn't want to be, have price sensitive issues, and I just wanted to create I wanted to paint my garments literally.
Right.
And I started the
Right.
brand almost 11 years ago, and it's been there, it's been stable, it's been growing steadily. It's something that defines me. It's something that I totally love doing. It's completely a passion um, baby for me.
Right.
And yes, and just recently we opened a store in Delhi about 3 years ago. That was my first flagship store. So yeah,
Excellent.
that's
So, Pallavi, tell us a little bit. What do you see? Because now, moving forward, the future is trash, and which is say all the waste that comes out of this industry, out of the manufacturing, we can recycle that. We can use that. So, where do you see this headed, and where do you see how are we going to like sort of preserve our environment with this whole trash and thing?
Well, it's a very good question that you asked, because all of us need to do our bits here. As designers, as manufacturers, as consumers, we all need to get sensitized with the fact that garment clothing is actually one of the top 3 polluting industries in the world.
Absolutely. Yes.
The amount of garment waste or reject, or clothes that we wear a couple of times in a row, that's piling up on the earth, and ruining the environment it's crazy. You can't even imagine.
And we cannot go on like this.
No,
Everyone has to wake up. Everyone has to
yeah.
realize that a change is
You
needed, and it's needed now.
Yeah, it is needed. It's already too late. I mean, we are already late. We really need to stop buying clothes that we just want to wear once. We need to use, reuse, upcycle our clothes. We need to see how we style them in different ways. I think using your clothes again and again is trendy. Being seen in the same outfit is trendy. Um,
That's why you
we
have all the influencers who always say one outfit so many ways and things like that, right?
Absolutely.
But tell us, what about like in your either in your line of work or just where the industry is and everything? What about cruelty-free and vegan clothing, the leather jackets, the skins, all those things? What do you see the future for that?
Now that there's leather made out of cactus and other plant fiber, people are working on it. The technology is not super advanced as far as fake leather or polyester free leather. The other fake leather that we use is they're all polyester. Anything that's polyfiber is a problem,
Right.
because poly bag. Similarly, any clothing that you see is made out of polyester. Try to avoid buying them, or at least look for 100% recycled polyester, because they're made from waste fabrics, or pulpit bottles, or bottles, plastic bottles. So just don't buy things that are not gonna decompose. It takes hundreds of years for it
So
to decompose.
how do you personally go about like eco-friendly sourcing?
So Not So Serious A does not use polyester. We've never used polyester. It's something that we don't stand for, especially being in the luxury segment. Why would you end up using the cheapest fabric
Absolutely. So then
available?
what is the alternative you do that is actually good for our skin as well? Like, so
Oh,
that you not only
natural.
yeah.
Natural fibers are excellent for your skin. Now you can get organic cottons, you can get cruelty-free silks. There are wonderful hand-woven spun fabrics that you get in India and internationally now. You need to go natural. Even viscose is not as bad as polyester, but stay away from polyester, guys.
And tell us now, the whole thing about how we are merging in wellness and nutrition with fashion. Tell us about when clients walk in. They could be in any kind of a mental state when they walk in, but they are coming to shop to uplift their mood. So, how does color have an effect on their psychology? What are the happy colors? What are the happy color combinations which has a good effect on their mental well-being when they're in the shop, that makes them want to shop, and that is good for their overall being, overall well-being, no matter what state of mind they're in when they walk in?
Payal, I think colors, when you talk about colors, you actually end up picking colors that you are in the state. So you'd sleep at night thinking that, oh, you're going to wear a white shirt. But in the morning, you wake up not wanting to wear a white shirt, but you want to wear a bright yellow shirt. So
Yeah.
the choice of color for sure depends on your current mood. And if you do dress up like how you want to, it makes you really happy. I think what you wear, how you keep yourself, your skin, how you feel, your health, your mental health, everything is in sync with even
Yeah.
fashion. You know, and today more so in the pandemic literally started in October to 2019. We are almost a year into the whole. It's like a world war. Like it's been a month, a year into it.
Okay.
And you see
Yes.
how people have changed over the last 1 year in the fashion. How they want to get things that feel comfortable. They want to feel good in it. They want to feel happy
Correct.
wearing what they're.
That
No
brings
more
me
about
to my that brings me to my next section, which is the biggest thing right now is athleisure. So how
yeah.
do you think, like, the best ways to nail this trend, and to also have like an inbuilt technology in the fabric that is good for your system, it's good for your skin, it's good for your well-being, it may be generating heat in the cold climates, things like that. So what's your take on that?
So, leisure wear or clothing that you often wear for your running or gym or sports should always be something that helps your skin breathe. So again, look for
Yes.
fabric that absorb the sweat if you're working out. Go for good quality, because at the end of the day, if you again feel comfortable, you'll work out better, or you'll be even lounge wear. Uh, you know the whole sense of fashion has become comfort and about being healthy
Yes.
and about being conscious. Yes, look out for
So tell me,
brands
if
there.
when people, if when they're working out in this athleisure section and they choose fabrics that is actually going to clog their pores, then
Oh.
that is going to have a very bad effect on them, on their health as well, right? So can you tell us how that has a negative effect, the wrong fabrics?
So like again, I mean, my hatred for polyester is quite obvious, and I'm going to stick to that. So
Yeah.
polyester again is something. So a lot of sportswear is made from polyfibers, right?
Right.
Or if you don't pick up the right technology when it comes to sportswear, it's about technology more than anything else. They
Absolutely.
have to be breathable. They have to be able to absorb your sweat. 100% polyester fabric will never absorb. So if you see a lot of people, you have odor issues, and people have they're constantly sweaty, and they feel wet all
Yeah.
the time. It's because of the wrong
Yeah.
choice of fabric that you use. So yes,
Right.
fabric is really important. The yarn that is used in the garment is very important.
Okay. Now tell me, like, especially in Indian wear, because predominantly that is where our fashion industry concentrates. Now, fabrics like khadi, hemp, organic cotton, what are the positive effects of that? Besides, of course, on the planet there is, but also on your well-being. Is it good for your skin? Does it help you sleep better? Does it regulate certain temperatures in your body?
Absolutely. Cotton and silks are breathable fabrics. And if you go for organic cottons, organic vegetable dyed cottons, or anything that's natural, don't, if you're going in that direction, go for vegetable dyed garments or just organic cotton,
Okay.
hemp,
What is the
or
what is the benefit of a vegetable dyed
so
cotton?
it's chemical free. There are a few vegetables like beetroot, and there are flowers like mogra. Uh, Indigo as well is a natural dye. So these are chemical free. They don't have anything that irritates your skin.
Okay.
Um, they are gentle on your skin, especially anybody who's got sensitive skin. They
Right.
should try and look for organic. And now there's a lot of brands that, do have that. And some of our Indian designers are doing amazing khadi and organic cotton
So people
wear
with
products.
skin issues, like even like an eczema or a psoriasis, they should only go in for things like this.
Absolutely. If you have anything on these lines, skin allergies, there's no treatment in allopathy as far as eczemas or psoriasis is concerned. Here you have to look after your skin and make sure that what touches your skin is natural.
Okay, right. And what about like cooling fabrics? Because most of India is quite, hot in the summers, and with the global warming, that's only increasing. So, which fabrics actually bring about, they generate like, coolness in your body?
Cottons,
Okay.
always. Yeah, stick to your cottons, and they're so beautiful. They come in such lovely textures. They make your skin feel cool. They absorb the heat. It's just the best fabric for any warm country to.
And tell us something about like the happy color combinations. Whether it's a bride or whether it's just someone going to office. What is the uplifting color combinations for a person's mental well-being?
So, okay, I'm going to talk about myself. For me, I'm somebody who, the day I wear white, I just feel so much more happier. But for a lot of people, white may not be the color of their choice.
Right.
Different people attract happiness through different colors. All of us
Right,
have
of
different,
course.
things differently. For me, like a blush or a baby pink or powder blue, sometimes like a happy yellow. They all work, right? You want to look fresh, you want to look happy, you don't want to look sad. So color is a very individual thing, Payal, according to me. For example, I'm not like a red person, right? Like red scares me, but a lot of people love red.
I love
So
it.
that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of people love reds, and I'm like somebody who, when I'm subtly dressed, I'm the happiest. Whereas some people, they get happy when they wear like brighter colors. So it's a very
Yeah.
individual call.
Absolutely. No, but that's great. But so now we're just saying on how would you like say for the viewers and also for the whole this segment that when it comes to recyclable, right? How do you think that recycling is best for say Western wear, Indian wear, the embroideries, all of that? How do you into recycle? Is it that you just take like all the old existing saris and make them into Western outfits, or you use some other kind of embellishments which are not plastic and not biodegradable, or how would you go about this, the future of conserving the waste?
So, upcycle is trendy. Now, upcycle means that, or recycle is something that, you take, your favorite jacket and you're tired of wearing it with your trousers,
Right, right, right.
try and put it up with the old sari. If your grandmother or mother's some, beautiful, stunning sari is there, but, the fabrics kind of melted or dissolved or is tearing, you can get embroideries transferred.
Yeah.
You can wear them in such different ways. You can make a skirt out of a sari. You can use the sari as a dupatta. If if you're thinking of Indian wear, we can club denim with a sari. There's so many ways to kind of give it a new look. And now a lot of us are very happy to take one of your special pieces, design into them with you, create something that you would love to have and keeping what was beautiful to begin with. Vintage has never gone out of fashion, and it will never go out of fashion. So reach out to any of us, and we can take one of your precious pieces and upcycle them for you into something fabulous.
And what do you think about this whole thing about fast fashion, bulk ordering, bulk selling, the ones that don't sell, it's all dumped in the market? That so now there's a retaliation movement of slow fashion, which is like everything is organic, everything is. So when they say organic fabric, what exactly does that mean?
So organic fabrics can have different, organic or sustainability can be in different directions. So now you can buy a viscose fabric which is ethically made, where you end up using a lot less water, while producing the fabric. You can cotton is consumes the highest amount of water out of any crop,
Cotton
right?
does.
Cotton does, yeah.
Okay.
So then, you need to see that the cotton is produced, which is from where the pesticide used is eco-friendly and they're not
Okay.
chemical. So there are many directions you can take sustainability into. Like it can be whether you're trying to save electricity, you're trying to save water, whether
Right.
you're going to recycle polyester. So organic is you can choose a path, Payal. You
Right.
can say, you know what, I'm going to go anti-polyester and I'm going to stick to cotton.
Right.
Or I'm going to do eco-vera viscose, as we call it, which is eco-friendly viscose. So
Okay.
start looking for those signs. Start reading your garments more than just how they appear on the face.
Right. Got it. So read the labels. So what is the actual need for sustainable living according to you? What is it and what is the need for it? And how can a layman implement that in their everyday life?
Sustainable living, when we talk about sustainable living, there are very few in the world who can go completely sustainable. But if
Okay.
we choose one path, if we choose one thing, that okay, you know what, I'm going to make a difference by not using plastic bottles, that's
Mhm.
already one path that you've chosen. Or you say that okay, I'm going to stick to uh, you know uh, recycle polyester garments or organic cottons.
Right.
Choose a path that is sustainable for you, that works well in your environment, for your environment, because you can't give up everything in life, right? You
Right.
can't go all poly free and all this and all that. Stick to one thing that can work and do it. I think it's important for your mental health. It's important for your physical being. It's important for our future. Our children are not going to be able to see Earth the way we are. We are not seeing the Earth. Our parents or grandparents have seen it. So for the sake of a future, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 20 years. I look at this virus.
Yeah.
It's taught us to respect what we have. It's taught us to be grateful for what we have.
Absolutely. A lot of good has come out from your own introspection. I agree with that. But
So
someone's just
you
asking me, what is sustainable clothing? What is that sustainable clothing? How does it affect your wellness? Besides the wellness of the planet and the future of the next generation, how does it affect your wellness? Is it just a mental wellness that it is affecting, or is it actually affecting, like we've already covered, it's going to affect your skin, it's going to affect your mood, those kind of things based on what you buy, and that is basically contributing to your overall mental wellness, right?
Yes, and it's so connected, Payal. Your mental wellness, your environment, everything is connected.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You cannot separate your wellness with the environment's wellness or the planet's wellness. We are a part. We are a very small part of this planet, and as humans, it's a responsibility.
Absolutely.
We are supposed to be the most intelligent creatures, and look what we've done to our planet. Just wait for
I
this
know.
pandemic over, and when we'll open our eyes, we'll see these PPE suits floating everywhere, the gloves and the masks, which we don't know, how to dispose of. The problems are going to increase. We need to stop now. We need to
Yeah.
actually stop and pause.
Okay, tell me now, few stylish, sustainable ways. I mean, with sustainable fabrics and keeping the whole thing in. You can reuse them. You can wear your clothes over and over again. Just style them differently. What are some really, according to you and your aesthetics? What are the really stylish looks that can come out of this?
Again, like they're like you've already kind of covered everything by like just giving it all. But like I said, buy things that you absolutely love. Like you would want to pass them down to your children, to your how grandmothers used to pass. Buy beautiful things, and when you love something, you will actually end up using them again and again. There's so many bloggers and stylists who constantly are giving us tips on how to style a sari, how to wear a sari in 10 different ways, how to make use of a shirt in different ways. There's so many. I mean, we are living in a world where there's so much there for us to learn from. Like whether you open Pinterest or Instagram, or no matter what you open, there are hundreds and thousands of tips to restyle things, to relook at things.
Absolutely.
Don't buy things that you don't like,
Yeah.
or you just
So we have a
love
question. We have a
in yourself.
repeated question coming in, which is, why is sustainable living important? So let me break it down for you. Sustainable living is the future. Sustainable living has many different components to it. I mean, when you talk from a fashion point of view, and most of the youth today is saying to athleisure, how athleisure is not only for going for a run or going to the gym. It can be very trendy, how you wear it with your crop tops and your cool sneakers and things like that. That is athleisure. And how it's going to affect your wellness is the fabrics that it's made for. Don't go for polyester blends, which is going to affect you. It's going to cause odor. It's going to cause sweating. It's going to block your pores, which will cause many other internal problems to your organs when you start blocking your pores, besides skin issues. Then there is color psychology. When you go to black, it all your what you wear reflects your mood, reflects your mental state, reflects your mental space. Now, when
And
you are happy, you will look happy. Your colors will also be a little bit more vibrant. So it's all a reflection of what is going on in your mind. When wellness and passion, from a designer's point of view, is how they are sourcing, where they are
yeah.
sourcing from. Are they recycling? Are they using pure fabrics? That's the kind of stuff that goes in from the
While
producer's point of view.
I want to
Yeah,
add
go ahead.
something that it's just not how we source, it's also how we produce them.
Okay,
How we so currently Not So Serious is working out of an eco-friendly factory. So
okay,
and we're going to be taking step forward in the coming year. Because of the COVID, the process has been stalled. So basically you can manufacture from a sustainable factory as well, where you work towards recycling of water waste, which comes out of washing, where you are looking at conserving energy. So all the water waste in our factory is actually it's actually drinkable.
okay.
So and comes out of wash, we can actually drink that water. We purify it to that level. We use
Yeah,
that water for harvesting. We use them for our toilet flushes, so nothing goes into the drain. We make 100% use of the water. Not just that, our factories are extremely well lit, so we don't need electricity throughout the day.
fantastic.
Ceiling super high, so it stays cool even in a hot climate like Delhi. So, bigger brands want to work with factories that are sustainable factories now, just not sustainable material. So there are many steps we can all take forward, like all designers, brands, different, companies. We have to make sustainable factories apart from sustainable fabrics as well.
Right. Correct. So now the repeated questions which are coming in, obviously, a lot of people think that they know what is sustainable living, but from the questions that are coming in, it's quite clear to me that there is a question mark. What is actually sustainable living? How do you make your wardrobe sustainable? Which is what we've already covered. So maybe you joined it a little late. Sustainable wardrobe is like Pallavi already told us. Read your labels very carefully. What is the fabric going in? What is the percentage of each thread count
Right.
going in? Because they can have blends and things like that. What is the percentage of that? Go for natural fabrics, natural dyes, things like that, which also preserve the environment. They also obviously giving employment to a certain sector. Is it right, Pallavi?
Ye- Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
Right.
So,
So now,
guys,
now we want to move and talk about your wellness, your everyday, how you look after yourself besides your work thing. So tell us what goes into your body. How do you look after yourself when it comes to your what is the first thing you eat in the morning? Whether it's what kind of clothing you do, what kind of fabrics you use, your future aim for the next 5 years, about your business plan, how you're going to be incorporating all these things into it. So tell us about that.
So, personally, I am somebody who yo-yos between being healthy and unhealthy. So right now I'm in my healthy phase. So
Okay.
I did a challenge. Yeah, I did a challenge with SoFit
Right.
recently.
Of course.
40-day challenge, very exciting, and I'm still living the SoFit way. So no sugar for now, no gluten, nothing with gluten in it. There's no rice in my diet currently. I wake up in the morning with apple cider vinegar, some salt, and
Does that keep your energy levels up? Does that do anything for your mood swings?
oh yeah. Oh yes, I was feeling like a slob throughout, but after I started working out again, I feel good about myself. I feel mentally more healthy, mentally happier than I did in the last few months. A lot of people during lockdown used it to look after themselves, lose weight, and get healthy. Well, I ate and I became bigger. So, 2 months
Okay.
ago, I thought that, oh my God, I'm going to explode now. So that's when I kind of, started my skin routine is also, I look after my skin. I'm very particular about my skin. I do wash my skin twice a day with a mild soap. And I am somebody who loves home DIY stuff. I do
Right.
go for a professional facial once in a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I do look after my skin. Yeah,
So
I mean,
tell us, what is your typical breakfast? Do you consume a lot of seeds or do you eat protein, or what
oh,
is your breakfast?
so yeah, breakfast normally is like a bullet coffee nowadays, which is coffee with a teaspoon of coconut oil
Oh,
blended together.
wow. So do you do
Sounds
oil
very,
pulling as well?
I
Do you
have
do
not
that?
started oil pulling, but that's next on my list. My mother-in-law definitely does oil pulling, but
I couldn't
coconut.
do it. I couldn't do it. I just ended up swallowing oil and it was horrible. So I'm not going to be doing that.
So
I've tried
I,
it. You know, you have to try and see what really works for you and what you're going to give a miss. So,
yeah, and this bullet coffee is amazing because a teaspoon of coconut oil helps prevent dementia.
yeah.
It's good for your system, so it goes into my body in a good way. Also, coconut milk with coconut oil with coffee does not cause acidity, empty stomach. So that's
Fantastic.
the I do, and I do have walnuts, raisins, and almonds. 5 almonds every day. I consume sprouts every day, which is cooked in different way. My breakfast normally is a dal ka chila with stuffed vegetables or egg or avocado and sardo or something on those lines.
Right.
I skip lunch mostly. Then I go straight on for dinner, and yeah, but I do indulge a little bit during dinner, but not
But
unhealthy
that's fine.
nowadays.
That's fine. Everyone has to balance out their day according to their lifestyle. Now, tell us a little bit, because we've time has flown. We've almost come to the end of our show. But tell us now a little bit about what you are doing for sustainable living within your brand, and like how is it? How is the buyer going to benefit from it?
So, like I already said, we are producing out of a sustainable factory, eco-friendly factory. So every garment that's produced from Not So Serious is made from an ethically, environmentally sourced fabric. We are a completely compliant factory. We follow all the norms of the government, minimum wages
So
and everything.
what we will end up buying from you, that is going to be more natural fabrics, cooling fabrics, nothing that's going to block our pores. And then how does the opulence come into it? Like how does the karigar and the embellishments come into it?
So we create our own embroidery material mostly. We cut our embroidery flowers through laser cut, and
Right.
that's what we do. So there is really no waste there. We use every bit. We don't use plastic bags to send our products anywhere. They are all made out of recycled mesh bags as well. So yes, we're doing a little bit. There's a long way for us to go, and we're learning every day, Payal. There's a really long,
Everyone
long
is
way.
learning every day,
Yeah.
something or the
So
other.
yeah, I mean, I'm a learner, but I try to implement them wherever we try to educate our tailors and our karigars not to use plastics as well. We have workshops for them.
Yeah.
We just had a drive in the factory where we planted about 100 trees. And we've named them with our karigars' names on it, so they look after them. They know it's part of their family. So we do just not a sustainable environment, but we also work with a community. We work with our people.
Right.
So it's a big family that we that works together, Payal.
Excellent. So I'm just gonna summarize what we've gone through today. For anyone who has still got questions, please drop it in on the Namami Live page, and Pallavi and me will answer them for you. We've basically taken you through how the fashion industry is now working hands in hand with the wellness and nutrition industry, because it is something that cannot be ignored anymore. It is a time of need. We cannot go on with the amount of waste that is emitted from the fashion industry. So now please check your labels, buy things that are sustainable fabrics. I mean, repeated questions dropping in saying what is sustainable, what is sustainable. They are natural fibers in simple terms. So buy your cottons, buy your silks, buy like Pallavi also said, old heritage pieces never go out of fashion. Get them restyled, get the embroideries transferred. They're as good as new. Don't just keep buying, just for the sake of it. Restyle your stuff. Invest in some good pieces. Invest in natural fibers. You will keep your body cool. You will keep from athleisure to Indian weddings. You will be sorted. Let your skin breathe. If you have skin concerns, and this is definitely for you. Also, always remember that once you're blocking your pores with these polyester and viscose kind of fabrics, it is your pores eliminate all the toxins from your body. Once you block that, your internal organs are going to get affected somewhere along the line. So it is all starting from what you also cover your body with. That is the importance of it, right?
Yes.
But thank you
Yes.
so much, Pallavi, for joining us today. And we've learned a lot from you and how the future is going to be, and what all to look out for. So this has been very informative, and your own personal fitness has been very inspiring. In 40 days, if you have managed to knock all that off, I mean, it's amazing.
I have a long way to go, but it's a start. Yes,
Yes,
Payal.
of course.
It was
Thank you so much for joining in.